I also want to report happily that as of April 10th, the construction team that's working on our math technology building handed over the building under substantial completion. So we will begin now the process of working with the staff that will fill that building to begin planning for move-in. We will be working with our facilities team to ensure that everything is in working order. So I'm just happy to report that that building came in under substantial completion, and we can now move forward planning our move-in and expect to be able to offer classes in the fall. I also want to thank everyone who's been working to put together the Spring Olympics. Spring Olympics is an opportunity for the staff throughout the college to come together and do a little friendly competition. So we're looking forward to that. Hopefully there won't be too many injuries. But it's always a fun event. Then finally, two pieces of great news. First of all, and I'm sorry that Coach Crook left us, but he celebrated two great milestones. First of all, he reached the 500 win mark earlier in the last couple of weeks, and then also won the second straight conference title. So the playoffs start here shortly. We'll get news out to everybody on when that begins. But it was a great win for the college, another great student athlete highlight, and we look forward to the playoffs and the great work that Coach Crook and his coaching staff have been doing. And then finally, I had a great opportunity to spend the day yesterday with the governor's staff and the Department of Finance and members of the legislature, finalizing the awards for innovation in higher education. The governor's office held a day-long event, including the committee that did the final approvals of all the plans for the Innovation Awards. So happy to say that it is completely official now. I've been told that the check is in the mail, so we expect to receive that $5 million shortly and be able to put it to work on the Long Beach College Promise. So I want to thank everybody involved for really making all of us proud and giving me the privilege to be able to represent the great work that you do with the governor and his staff. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Student trustee, the report was earlier, so we'll now go to the Board of Trustees. I'll begin with Trustee Archuleta, Baxter, Zia, and Vice President Otto, and I'll finish. So Trustee Archuleta?
Yes, just real quick. First and foremost, let me congratulate the journalism students on being award winners. Keep up the good work. We want to see you continue to bring those awards and be leaders in our community. So congratulations on that. Also, just to let you know that Trustee Sia and I had the opportunity to attend a meeting yesterday at Long Beach Unified School District. We attended a meeting along with a number of educators from CSU and from Long Beach Unified School District and community members to talk about the proposal of offering ethnic studies courses at the high school level. And so we were invited to talk about exploring or discussing the possibilities of doing dual enrollment between Long Beach Unified School District and Long Beach City and, of course, CSU. So this is just the beginning. We're going to continue to participate in these planning meetings. We've already spoken to Superintendent Eloy about the proposal, and we hope that in the weeks to come, we will have more details so that we can bring that, because I think that's a wonderful opportunity for our students. Many of our students who are, at this point in time, Long Beach Unified is comprised of majority diverse student populations, or as they say, majority minority, although I don't like the word minority, but the point is that it's a great opportunity for students to learn about their own culture, about their own history, and so that's something that we want to encourage and support. So we'll bring more details to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Baxter.
Yes, good evening. Just a few of the things that I've done since the last board meeting. Excuse me, on March 26th, I attended the Innovate SoCal Conference sponsored by LBCC at the Long Beach Arena and heard wonderful presentations by innovators. And I want to thank Vice President Bynum's area for putting that together beautifully. On March 28th, attended the Foster Care Adoptive Parent Informational Conference in the College Center, excuse me, sponsored by Long Beach City Councilman Al Austin and coordinated by Director of LBCC Foster Care Program, Claudia Garcia. On April 1st, I attended the opening night of the LBCC Art Gallery show entitled Massive Brilliant in the Art Gallery. It was coordinated by art faculty Morgan Bernard and new faculty jazz band director Patrick Sheng, and his combo performed that evening as an extra bonus. On April 8th, I made a presentation on travel to the Long Beach Cancer League at a private home. On April 12th, I sponsored 10 Long Beach City College students at the Ronald McDonald House Walk downtown. On April 23rd, I coordinated the LBCC Foundation meeting at PCC. Alumnus Ed Arnold received the Distinguished Alumni Award from President Oakley. Electrical department head and faculty Scott Frazier gave a presentation on underwater robots designed by his students for international competition. And EOPS coordinator Beatrice Chanel thanked the foundation for an EOPS book library, which allows students to use textbooks on loan. On April 24th, I attended the Healthcare Advisory Luncheon and received 3 reports on the 3 areas in the School of Nursing and Allied Health. And congratulations to Dean Dr. Paul Creason on receiving his doctoral degree, and to the faculty of those departments for their work in our community. They do an outstanding job, and it was wonderful. They had a written report, and that was great to see it in print and also to learn all the great things that are going on in that school. Congratulations to Music Department Head Accompanist Kevin Carney, receiving his 2nd master's degree from USC. Then upcoming events on Saturday, the Serapis International of Long Beach are having a luncheon, and retiree Bobby Smith is being lauded as a woman who makes a difference. And then on Saturday night, the new film instructor, Danielle Stallings, is presenting a documentary film showing entitled Let Them Eat Cake in T1200 at 7 o'clock. And she has gone out to different bakeries, including the Rossmore Bakery, we're going to have a film showing and then have cake afterward. Then on May 6th, the Long Beach Rotary Club will be here on campus for their Wednesday meeting. They'll be in T1200, and scholarship recipients will be making presentations, and the Long Beach Rotary gives us over $100,000 a year in scholarships. On May 6th in the evening, Cal State Long Beach will honor alumnus Dr. Jean-Bernard Durand for his achievements as a medical director of the cardiomyopathy services at the MD Anderson Cancer Center. And this is a wonderful award for Dr. Durand, who Mr. Otto and I know personally, he is a terrific person, and I'm very proud that Cal State Long Beach has designated him as a distinguished alumni. He is already in our Hall of Fame. On May 13th, the LBCC Senior of the Year Luncheon honoring Dr. Tom Clark and Press Telegram editor Rich Archbold will take place at the Grand. On May 14th, the Athletic Associates will hold their golf tournament honoring colleague Augie Luga and also Olympic athlete and alumna Susie Atwood. At the same time, unfortunately for me, but fortunately for Mr. Otto, on May 14th, Rancho Los Alamitos Cottonwoods Awards will be honoring Doug and Frida Otto. On May 21st, the CCEJ will be honoring a number of distinguished people in the community and 2 foundation board members, Martha Molina Bernadette, both alumni, and also Naomi Rainey. And I need to know from board members if they're going to go to that dinner. And then lastly, President Kellogg, I would like a report on campus safety at a future meeting.
And the questions, as Trustee Baxter talked to me earlier, is when we have the police do their report to wrap in some questions she had at that meeting when they do I want to say the annual presentation on the security, safety issues.
And
here
that
the
will be
college.
at the June meeting, so that's coming up
I
soon.
know
Wait
it
till
was
June.
coming up. Yeah, there was some questions, good questions about some of the
Just,
issues.
if you just know for a second, the reason I asked for this is when I was running for office, a number of students asked me about campus safety, and then since I've been in office, several people have come forward, and so I promised to put it on the agenda. Sorry.
And I said that we have an annual report on that item. It'd be a good time to wrap that in at that point in time. So Trustee Zia said to let Trustee Otto go first before she returns. So Trustee Otto, Vice President Otto.
I really don't have a lot to report, a couple things, but I want to tell a story on Dr. Bernard first, who's getting this award at Cal State Long Beach. And it is a personal story. As some of you know, about 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with a stage 4 head and neck cancer, and I went to MD Anderson. And when I went there, I talked to John Philpaugh, who used to be dean of students here and worked with athletics. And he said, there's a guy that was a student of mine that is there now, and why don't you look him up? And I wasn't in much shape or anything else to go look anybody up, but and understand MD Anderson, which is a world-famous cancer hospital, but it has 13,000 employees. And so my first day, I got in the elevator, and there's a guy standing next to me in a white coat with a name tag on, and I said, "You got to be kidding." And there he was. So we talked, and I saw him several more times while he was there. So that's just a quick story about what a small world it is and how Long Beach City College is everywhere. This weekend, I am on my way to the CCLC conference in Monterey, where we're participating in a panel on the Governance Institute for Student Success that was held here for the first time in California about 2 years ago. And we're going to try and convince other community college districts to put on similar type programs. It was run by the ACCT and the McClennies out of the University of Texas. And then at the end of next week, I go to Yuba, where I am on a Yuba Community College District, where I'm on a team that is trying to respond to a letter of interest that they gave to the Community College League of California about things that they want some help on. And it's a tremendous opportunity to learn about how other community college districts handle issues, and I'm both excited and terrified that I don't know what I have to contribute to this, but they've got issues in distance learning and enrollment management and some issues with their track data that we're going to try and work on. Frank Gornick, who's the president superintendent at West Hills, is the leader of that team. There are 7 people, faculty, and some classified people that are going as well. And so I'm looking forward to that opportunity, and I'll let people know what it's like when I get back. So that's all.
Thank you. Trustee Zia.
Thank you. On March 26th, as Trustee Baxter reported, Trustee Baxter, Otto, and I attended the Innovate SoCal conference. The conference, for those of you who may not be familiar with it, is a symposium focused on supporting an entrepreneur ecosystem for Southern California. And it was filled with great opportunities for startups and small businesses to learn from seasoned entrepreneurs and venture capitalists. And big congratulations to our team who worked so hard and bringing it to fruition. It made me very proud. I also want to give a special acknowledgement to Tim Maton and Jesse Torres and Cheney Weber, of course, our very own Luann Bynum as well. On April 13th, as our student trustee reported, I had the great pleasure of attending an event at our college in collaboration with Habitat for Humanity that our, Veterans Club was part of. Also, our very own Myra Aguilar and Gus Orozco, as I mentioned earlier, was involved in. It was focused on providing housing for low-income and homeless community members. And Gus did an excellent job, and I'm very proud of him for working with the organization and for his commitment to serving our country and our local community. On April 15th, I reported on this briefly earlier. I attended the Construction Technology Advisory Meeting led by Dr. Lynn Shaw, Ken Starkman, Dean Ken Starkman, Dennis DiGiovanni, and Tim Schumacher. And it was focused on support for getting the new program off the ground, and it was packed with construction industry experts. It was like a little playground for me, and it was very impressive. I look forward to seeing this program support our students in preparing for the construction industry, especially in light of our recent agreement with the City of Long Beach and offering of pre-apprenticeship training through our district. I've asked for details on our partnership with the city and look forward to the opportunities it will provide for supporting our students prepare for construction and maritime jobs. On April 16th, I had the great pleasure of visiting Pat McKean's class, journalism class, who are all here tonight. So I'm very proud of you guys. It was a pleasure. I just revel in the magic of the classroom and seeing you guys. I'm very impressed. One of my friend's granddaughters is in the class, Mr. Val Lurch, and I see Miss Lurch here. So it was very a pleasant surprise. So thank you for allowing me to be part of that great opportunity and great way to learn about our students and share my background. April 23rd, I touched on this a little bit earlier, and Trustee Baxter reported on it. I had the great pleasure of attending the Foundation Board of Governor breakfast and was so impressed with the showcase of our students' robotics project and their great work, along with the work of the great Scott Fraser. He's very dedicated and a very proud professor. It was also very moving to hear Ms. Deatrice Chanel with EOPS, who's here tonight. Deatrice, if you could stand up, please. Thank you for waiting so patiently, and thank you for all your hard work. And your presentation really moved me, and we all appreciate your hard work for our underserved students and beyond. And Deatrice brought a student with her, Mr. Tanisha Elijah. He was here earlier and had to leave, so I was absolutely touched by his story, and it really, it was great and inspiring to see him giving back to other students by acts of kindness, such as helping other students get access to books and other areas of need. It really warms my heart to see such students, especially ones who pay it forward. So great work, Mr. Elijah and dearest Deatrice Chanel. I really appreciate it. And I'm so proud of the work you do, along with my dear colleague, Trustee Baxter, who works tirelessly on providing scholarships for these type of programs. She literally works around the clock. And Ginny, I really honor you and thank you for all that you do. And I really look forward to working with you and the rest of our board and finding ways to increase our support for our students through more and more scholarships. And on April 24th, Trustee Otto and I attended the Cal State Long Beach Economic Forum. The forum is focused on providing background on how we're doing as a region as it relates to the economy and what we should focus on in the future. Some great takeaways were the importance of small businesses to our local economy, supporting an educated workforce and retaining our students through creating jobs in the greater Long Beach area. I look forward to having LBCC continue to lead the way in supporting small businesses and have a community and student workforce agreement where we hire our students and community members, make our graduates lifelong residents, and have an opportunity to have our community live and work with good paying jobs right here in Long Beach. A great way to do that is having people doing business with us hire our students as interns and grooming them for careers. For example, I recently learned that our CM team, Cordoba Corporation, has hired one of our students as an intern and is preparing him for the field of civil engineering and construction. So thank you, Mr. Pla. It's very much appreciated, and I look forward to having more students hired and other firms like you following suit. On April 27th, as Trustee Archuleta reported, Trustee Archuleta and I attended an information session in support of the newly launched Ethnic Studies program led by Dr. Armando Vasquez Ramos. The program is based on teaching intercultural courses in LBUSC schools and providing higher education opportunities in Long Beach City College, UC, and Cal State systems. And I was honored to attend and think it's a great program that will promote a culture of understanding and acceptance amongst our youth and community. I know our ASB president had to leave, but I just wanted to really congratulate her and acknowledge her for getting accepted to Berkeley. It's a huge accomplishment. I'm very proud of her. And I hope she can stay involved and inspire other students. I also want to give a big shout out to our very own Jesse Torres for his appointment by Governor Brown as the Deputy Director at the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development. Congratulations, Jesse. And finally, my understanding is that there are quite a lot of legislation in support of veteran students. For example, AB 13, Assembly Bill 13, which offers in-state tuition for out-of-state veterans living in California, AB 1361, allowing veterans greater access to higher education by removing the age eligibility for Cal Grants, SB 15, increasing Cal Grant access awards through College Access Tax Credit Fund, and SB 418, which aids students in armed services to get degrees in a more timely manner. Now, if it's the desire of the board, it would be great to get reports on these types of legislation that support our students. I remember last year, Mark Taylor used to give legislative updates, and it would be great to see that practice continued. Thank you. That's all I have.
I will not duplicate, except on some of the items that have already been previously mentioned. I would like to say, though, thank you. The past week, I had the opportunity to speak to our classified staff, adjunct full-time faculty. It was referenced earlier by Dr. Lynn Shaw. It was interesting to go and speak to both campuses. And one of the interesting questions I really that I wanted to focus on with the group, because they seem to be interested in how a board actually functions as far as a board meeting. The question was, how do we better communicate? And in that give and take, and that's a very informal setting. Unlike a board meeting where it's very formal, it's very structured, and you have opportunities to speak and not speak, and so on. So I appreciate the opportunity. One person, they said they appreciate the fact I was there, and I said, well, I appreciate this. In 14 years, this is the first time I was ever invited to come and speak. So hopefully it won't be another 14 years. But it was very good, and a lot of information going back and forth. And I did say it, I'll only say it again when we have people, because we're now rolling into future reports and public comments on non-agenda items. I did tell them that a lot of times when people come to the podium to speak, they expect the board to respond, and more times than not, we don't. This is the opportunity for the public to speak. And as one of the speakers earlier on an agenda item, which is interesting, because she was at our meeting, our luncheon, and I said, when you speak to an item, be very specific. It's an agendized item versus a non-agendized item, and I can only ask people to follow the rules on what we do. But I appreciate the opportunity to come and speak to the group and get feedback, because it is a lot easier to talk back and forth on an item instead of having people come and just make a statement and then really no response from the board. And that concerned people. They didn't quite understand that as well. So my thanks to them and all my fellow board members on all the activity that's taken place since our last meeting. There are no reports for trustee communications, future reports. as well. There's nothing as far as report. Many of you did receive, all of you did receive, trying to set up the meeting, not a report, but on Brown Act. So, and I'm waiting back for everyone's response on what your preference is in our June meeting. So we're now to the public comments on non-agenda items. A total of 3 minutes will be allocated for each speaker. There is one speaker with a minimum. And so this is, and I apologize, Chris, is it Pratt? But you're speaking on, you listed on just public comments. And again, on the public comments, you'll see the clock behind me go on, and it'll go down to 0, and then it automatically shuts off the mic. I don't touch anything. So with that, your name for the record, please, and welcome.
Absolutely. My name is Chris Pravat, and I'm a resident of Long Beach in the 3rd District. And I'm here, I am the individual who sent y'all a letter back between your last meeting to indicate that I had some concerns related to compliance with the Brown Act. Unfortunately, your attorney is the one who responded. I wish the board would have been able to. All I can say is I think your attorney is wrong, and I think he's uninformed, and I believe you have indeed violated the Brown Act. You really cannot have secret discussions of contracts in closed session, particularly the issues of salary and compensation. You must present a public contract for a public employee for the public to review. So you left me no choice. I sent the complaint on to the district attorney. One of the things I've noticed is, this little simple agenda is what you post, just to show you how wrong your attorney is. This is insufficient to provide sufficient notice as to what you're doing. In fact, it did not even describe the changes in compensation that were done to President Oakley's contract. That's why or how you violated the Brown Act.
Chris, I told you something that was supposed to happen, and you
And
noticed
it
it's
didn't.
not happening. And so what I'm doing, and I apologize,
Okay.
working the kinks out, I guess, but I will at 2 minutes.
Okay. Anyway.
All right, I'll be quiet. I apologize. Just stop.
Okay.
Is he going to see that up there, or do I need to say, Chris, you're at? He will see it. Okay. Just
Okay.
hold on a second, and just, actually, you want to go back to the full
Okay.
time.
I
There we go.
also might
I'm sorry.
suggest that you add to the agenda the procedures related to how someone can come to speak to the meeting. I wanted to come to your last meeting, but learned very late that, you don't accept speaker cards after a certain time, and I hadn't left work in time to get here. As far as President Oakley's contract, just to set the record straight, I believe that President Oakley did get a raise, and this is why. He received a $40,000 increase in base compensation. That raises his base to $320,000, round numbers. His pension is now calculated on that higher amount, and the cost to the district is more because you have to pay more for pension contributions. Further, the $17,250 in mileage expense, which I've never seen anywhere before, I'm trying to figure out where he drives, that was not required to be added to his contract by CalSTRS, but more importantly, he's now going to get a raise of up to 4% on his mileage. None of this was required by CalSTRS. The regulations they changed simply said that if you change a contract, you can no longer pay for the pension contributions. Said nothing about reordering compensation. So particularly to the newer board members, you were lied to. I have more, I'll leave it. But thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. I apologize for the... We do not have a second closed session. It's not necessary. So at this time, I will ask for adjournment of this meeting to our May 12th Board of Trustee meeting, which will be held here at the Liberal Arts Campus. So if there's no objection, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you all very much, and good night.